All right, guys, so I gotta ask, what do we do with these old graphics cards that we mined with in the last bull run? When to Mine is the app you need to automate your mining rig. The automatic coin switching and power switching makes your rig even more profitable. You're up and running in 10 minutes, supporting over 250 coins. The app tells your rig what to mine and when to mine, increasing your profitability. Try it out for free for 7 days. Go to whentomine.io. What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Do you have any graphics cards sitting around not mining right now? And no, it's not the fact that your electric bill's through the roof. I mean those graphics cards that you're like, do I even plug these in? Do I sell them? Do I box them up? What do you do with these old graphics cards? Well, I got a few that I want to show you, and then we're going to talk about some options today as to what maybe I can do with them. All right, miners, so I have a handful of graphics cards still sitting around that I've been putting off. Well, this one right here, check this out. It's a PNY. Yes, I know, Zotac fans, because it's all I had sitting around. But it's a PNY GeForce 1080 OC. And I actually put this in this kind of open case. This was my test bench when I had more graphics cards coming and going. Now it's my son's gaming rig that I set up for him, and he just started playing games on Steam and Battle.net and Epic Launcher and stuff like that. And I had this sitting around, and it needed to be repadded and repasted and stuff. But I was like, all right, let's put that to work. Yes, Zotac fans, I know, right? But here's a handful of cards that if you guys followed me along with a lot of the live streams I do a lot of
graphics card maintenance during my live streams. And I went through these cards months ago, and we went through, repadded, repasted, and cleaned all of them to a T. And they've all been just sitting in storage. I have a room right here. Used to be a mining room. Now it's my storage room. It's got a whole bunch of stuff in it. And they were kind of sitting on the rack here for months and months and months. I got some old cards up here that are broken that don't work. I got a few here, two 1080s actually, that continue to overheat. But we got lots of goodies in here, and they just kind of sat in storage. And I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, what do I do with these things? So here's what I got. So all of these are RX 570s. Guys, last bull run, I was all about the 570s, the 580s, the 1660s, the 20 series. I literally maybe had a handful of 30 series cards. I was a late bloomer. I was very much about these 4 gig cards. I just couldn't afford those 30 series. So let's take a look here, show you guys what I got. So this is an MSI. This is the Armor. This is an RX 570. These 3 cards gave me the most trouble. And the reason is because take a look at this here. I don't know if you can see that. That's 2 3mm pads in there, a 6mm. It's crazy. Do you guys remember these if you followed my live streams? Oh my gosh, it took forever to get these things stable and running well, and we tested them on Ravencoin. Ravencoin was like our ultimate test on these MSIs, but they run well now and they work. Then we move over here. Got any ideas? These are like the cheap end XFX cards. So these are the 570s. I have replaced most of these fans. Most of these fans have pretty much I've had to replace. They've gone bad. It's got like a single 8-pin on it. It's 4 gigs. Let's see here. Can you see this thing? There we go. Don't know if you can see it. RX 570. Woo! 4 gigabyte. Heck yeah. So we have one of those here. We have another one here. And yeah, that's why the fans look so good on these things. Then this one here I got from someone who decided to paint the shroud. I always thought about replacing it just because I'm like anal like that, but I decided not to and just leave it. But we did, all of these got new pads, new paste in here. They're all like cleaned immaculately. Check this guy out. Another 570. This is a power color. So a little bit thicker. We're getting in there. Still an 8-pin with this model. Yeah, check it out. And then finally, out of the 8 that we have, one of my favorite brands out there. You guys have heard me talk about these guys for a while. Man, look at the heat pipes on that. Sapphire Nitro RX 570 has a 6-pin and also an 8-pin there. I can't bear to get rid of these. Look at it, even has like a BIOS switch on it for dual BIOS. These have been awesome graphics cards, but I'll be honest with you, I really don't know what to do with these. I've even thought about throwing, I have an extra one of these GPU rigs. If you guys are like, what is that thing? I'll put a link directly down below. I actually have a full video on this. I did a 580 build with it. Vetretu, I'm butchering that name. But yeah, I just got this off Amazon more recently. $339 to my door. Everything you need except for the graphics card. And it's got the crazy 3000 CFM fans on the front and back. So today's video, we're talking about options we have for older graphics cards like these. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'd love to hear your opinions. This is one of those videos where I'm like, give me your opinions because I want your thoughts. So first off, what cards do you have sitting around? And then second, what do you do with these? I mean, we could sell them. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We could box them and just store them and hope in the next bull run that these are profitable. We can mine with them, and if we do mine with them, we have quite a few different options. So let's jump over to the computer and discuss.
All right, so our old graphics cards. So one of the options that I've been doing for a while, and I've actually talked to several other people have been doing, it's just like boxing them up. It's actually something I did months ago. You did your maintenance, right? You repadded, you repasted them, you cleaned them up, and you put them in a safe spot. You boxed them up and stored them for a rainy day. And the hope is that in the next bull run that you'll be able to plug them in and be profitable in one way or another. Do you guys remember like in the last bull run where you could take anything, 570 right here, and you could plug it in and man, you could make decent money per day per GPU. Now we're like looking at cents, right? During the bear market of even profitable graphics cards, even in the 30 series cards. We're not even talking about the 570s right now. But do you remember that when like everything was profitable and it was hard to get your hands on graphics cards? Now you got them everywhere. Everybody's got an extra graphics cards, it seemed like, sitting around where you're like, yeah, I mined with it a while ago, but I'm not really doing anything with it now. So man, I miss those days. That I can't wait to get back to that. But it also makes me go like, what if we sell these? All right, so I bought these graphics cards. I want to say an estimate. They were probably during like the bull run. It was probably maybe 200, 225, somewhere in there. I mean, I do remember a better baseline of like the 580s being like 350 was an absolute steal, and like 500 was like, oh my gosh, like you're completely overpaying for the 580s. So with the 470s, a little lower in the performance range, all depends on the algorithm actually. I want to say, let's say closer to 250. I think that's probably a better avenue that we paid for these. So I went over to eBay and I was like, all right, let's see. We are in, if you guys are looking to base this off of like, when is this video? When was it recorded? We're in May 26th of 2023. Bitcoin's around 25, 26 this right now. It's not really doing anything crazy at the current moment. But let's go into eBay. eBay is kind of that, item that we use to kind of give us a baseline. And let's see, like, I have 8 of these right now. What is it worth it to sell these here? So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to do, this is a super common 570. It's the XFX RX 570, 4 gigabyte. We're not even talking 8 gigabyte here. And let's see what these go for right now. So let's go down. If you guys are following along in the same thing, I always recommend that you come down to the bottom and then you can go ahead and take a look at ones that sold more recently. Here it is right here. Sold items right here. There we go. Okay. So like this one actually sold yesterday. So this is the RX 570 RS. That's right. That's what they call these models, is like the RS series. $44, $45, $59.99, $46, $50. So let's say 50 on average, right? So like if we were to sell, wow, we can type, right? All right, so 50 times 8. If we sold them, we get about $400. So what do we do with that $400, right? Well, I guess I could take those 8 cards and do like, let's see, RTX 3070. I know like Facebook Marketplace, you can get better deals for those and such, but look, let's go to the bottom again. Make sure we select that option. Okay, it's already selected. So like today, this gigabyte here sold for $284. So we could get a 3070, which we know will carry us in the next bull run, and eliminate these. So this is an option. It's not a bad option either. Like we could go with some better ones. Like I would consider EVGA kind of at the higher end of the graphics card models and manufacturers. Here's one here for $355, and this is actually a For the Win 3, which is much more desirable for a 3070. That's actually pretty dang good. It makes me go, should I do this? What about you? Are you guys selling any of these older graphics cards and then almost trading up in order to kind of stack some cards for the next bull run? Leave a comment down below. Now, you know, we could sell these, right? As exactly what I talked about. We could box them for a rainy day. We could sell them to upgrade, or we could mine with these. So we could go ahead and mine with these, right? And let's say we make that decision. Let me put something out there and make it super clear. Taking some of this older tech right now, May 26th, I'm going to be straightforward. It's not profitable to mine with these. I mean, if we're talking cents with the 30 series cards, you're talking in the negative to go ahead and run something like this, the 570. But I don't want to smother your dreams here. If you got yourself a handful of this old hardware, or you just got some for a great steal, you're building your first 6 or 8 GPU mining rig, good for you. Mine with it right now. If you're in a situation where you can mine and you'll pay that electric bill and it's a learning process for you, or it's speculative to get into it, you want to get some hardware together now and get it mining, and good for you. That passion I have not seen in a long time from a lot of people. A lot of those new miners just don't exist anymore because profitability doesn't exist. But if you're getting into this now as a passion and you're like, oh, I got myself a whole bunch of graphics cards, they're older, good for you. Absolutely good for you. But let's take the mindset of speculative and let's look at what, I hate to say profitable with these, but let's see what a few sites say is most profitable today. And then we'll talk about some different options that I would recommend you do with something like these 570s. All right, so our first stop here is over at What to Mine. And this site has had its moments here and there, huge during the last bull run. But if we came in here and put in 1,570 as our choice right there, and then we went ahead here, and when you come down, if you want to look at your electric rate, you can put it here. I don't even think 10 cents is a norm. We're going to put this at 15 cents because 10 cents I think is still super rare. And we'll hit calculate, okay? So when we come down here, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about like not even close to profitability with these older GPUs. Right now, during the bear market, you can see here, if you're using NiceHash and you're running Kapow, you're negative 45 cents. That's after electric, or straight up Ravencoin, or Neoxa, or Meowcoin. It's just really tough right now to be mining anything with these, especially like even if you're looking at Ravencoin too. The issue here is that per day it costs 58 cents for just this alone. If you have 15 cents or higher, of course, on electric cost. So you have to be able to front that. And then on top of that, your profit's like nothing. Like there's nothing left for you by the time we're done when it comes down to that. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, a newer site that has really picked up, I'd say, over the last 3 months is hashrate.no. And we'll see, even if we can find it over here. I don't even know if they have it on this site. They do. Okay, cool. So if we go to the AMD RX 570 here, each site's a little bit different. You can kind of change some of the details, and it will do like profit in the last 24 hours. So we could put it on Dynex, let's say, and then you're losing less money if you wanted to, giving you negative 8 cents. Or you could go like Vertcoin, even if you wanted to. But as you can see, you don't really have a lot of options right now if you're chasing profitability. And I'm going to be honest, during a bear market, those of you that can go down the route of not chasing profitability, I think will stick with mining. But those of you guys that live and breathe profitability per day and you're checking in and you're switching algorithms and stuff, the bear market's about yield. Filling your bags and yielding more cryptocurrency so that when you go into the next bull run, you're sitting on some pretty good bags. If you're constantly switching because you're chasing this profitability, or with this guy, imaginary profitability, I don't know that you're going to stick with it. And I don't think cards like this are going to be worth it for you. But for those of you guys, as I said, that are just coming into mining, you're the unicorns out there, the oddballs that you're interested in mining during a bear market. I think you're going to love picking up some old hardware and just playing with it. And before you guys go like calling me an idiot and negative comments, remember when you were passionate about mining. Remember that, because that can return or be something for these new miners coming into the scene, where making a buck or a few cents a day is of no interest to them. They're looking down the road into the future. All right, so let's discuss a handful of different options that you could do with these cards if you decide to move forward and mine with them and you're excited. If that's you, welcome to the mining scene. So one of the things you could do is, if you're getting into mining and you're like, listen, hobbyist, I'm interested in Bitcoin. Like, I want to stack some Bitcoin, big or small. I believe Bitcoin will increase in the next 5 years. I think all of us, raise your hands, I think all of us agree with that, right? 2 miners is a good option. If you can write off the like, what is my daily expense and my profitability, and if you're like, I want to set it and forget it and just earn some Bitcoin, this is an avenue you could go. Now, I know some of you guys are going to say, whoa, why don't you just buy it? This video is not for you. This video is for a person interested in mining with old hardware. So in that case, nothing wrong with buying it. DCA every Friday. That's what I do. But let's say you want to mine with it, right? 2 Miners is a website, and many of you guys know about 2 Miners. So if you already know, good for you. 2 Miners is a website where you can go ahead and there's a handful of different algorithms that you can mine to 2 Miners. Ethereum Classic is one of them. And you can put in your Bitcoin address and get paid out in Bitcoin, which is awesome. So you mine Ethereum Classic, let's say, and then you get paid out in Bitcoin. Now, over on their website, I'll put links to this all down below. They have a whole write-up on this for you guys to see. So ETC, Ergo, and Ravencoin, I believe, are the ones. Okay, so yeah. So sticking to that, ETC, Ergo, and Ravencoin. And you can even do solo mining if you're interested. So how that works is, let's say you're going to mine with like even one of these, right? And you're going to mine Ethereum Classic. You're a solo mine it, which means you don't get paid at all. But when you hit a solo block, you get paid. So like you could mine with these things from like Ethereum Classic. And if you hit a block, it's like 2.5 Ethereum Classic. And then it'll convert it and pay you out in Bitcoin. So you could pool mine, or you could solo mine something like Ethereum Classic, Ergo, or Ravencoin and see how you do. All right, so here's another option for you. So you got your card, right? And you're like, even 1 or 8 or 10 or 20 of these, whatever. And you're like, okay, I want Flux. I want Caspa. I want Dogecoin. Let's say Dogecoin. Let's go with Dogecoin. Let's say you're interested in stacking some Dogecoin. You're like, I believe Dogecoin will go up in the near future. Unmineable is a really cool site. Unmineable allows you to mine A and then get paid out in B. And B is your crypto of choice. Most of them. They have 40 plus on their site. They pretty much cover most of those major ones there. So if you come over here, and I have full videos on this, on how to go through and do this whole process. I'm not going to dive into it today. But you could mine with your GPU up here, and you could pick from all these different algorithms. Let's say you did Ergo, which is Auto Lycos, or Kapow, or Ethereum Classic. You could mine, and then that algorithm, but then there's a process down here where you can see where you get paid out in Doge. So that's a great method to go. This is a really good avenue to go if you're like, all right, I'm a speculative miner. And if the word speculative used to be like, oh my God, don't say that word during the bull run. Come on now. And now during the bear market, it's like, hi, my name's Hobbyist. I'm a speculative miner. But let's say you picked one in here, like Algorand or something like that, or pancake swap or something goofy, right? And you're like, listen, I want to stack this coin. Here's what I recommend you do. You find the one you want. So like even there's XRP in here, Solana, there's lots of them. Here's Ripple. So let's say Ripple, for example, right? So I would say in your mind, pick a number and stack and build that bag. That's what a lot of speculative miners do. They'll build a bag for the next bull run. So some people will take 8, 10 of these graphics cards, just like we have right here, and they'll mine, let's say XRP, Ripple, right? And they'll say, I want to get 1,000 Ripple or 10,000 or who knows, 1,000,000, whatever. And I want to build my bag, okay? Think of a number, set a goal. Let's say 10,000, right? 10,000. When you hit 10,000, you're like, okay, great. I got it in my wallet. I'm good to go. I'm now going to swap to something else. And you could do this per day if you really wanted to. You could do this per week. And then you're like, all right, I want to do Avalanche. And I want to do 10,000 Avalanche. So that's what a lot of people will do. They'll write off the mindset of profitability and just see what else I can mine out there. And Unmineable is a great option for that. All right, so if you're a tinkerer and like you're taking this opportunity to, during the bear market, buy up some hardware and get into mining and you want to learn. You're all about learning. You want to learn how these things go. You could go the mile and learn to build a mining rig and to install something like HIVEOS. I highly recommend HIVEOS. Significantly, sorry Windows fans, but I am not a Windows fanboy when it comes down to mining. I use Windows every day, all day long for my career, but for mining, man, HIVEOS, whoo, super happy with it for GPU mining. So maybe you take this time and instead of using like 2 miners or NiceHash or anything like that, you decide to set up HIVEOS, overclock your old graphics cards, do that own research, set up your own wallets, and mine the coin directly that you're interested in. So for example, on my RX 580s, they're older. I remember when you used to like sell these for like $500 or buy them for $500. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I got mine on Caspa and they've been a lot of fun. Are they profitable? No. Am I stacking Caspa? Yes. This may be a great avenue for you. So this is what I recommend. If you really want to expand over time and you want to get way ahead of the curve, instead of taking the shortcuts, this is perfect for those tinkerers out there. All right, so the final option is, let's take your beast, your Sapphire Nitro here. God, I love this card. I sold a whole bunch of these 470s a while ago. I was so sad. I saved one. It's in my son's rig. Anyways, let's say you want to go ahead and you want to do something like NiceHash. And before you write off NiceHash, hear me out. I have a rig on it for my cousin, which I'm going to show you guys here. And I have like my son's rigs on it too with some older cards. With NiceHash, you can now install it with like a USB. It's the OS. It boots right into Linux. And you don't do anything. You just put it in just like HIVEOS. You boot it and bam, now you come into the HIVEOS dashboard. And you can, with it, you can auto profit switch. It'll automatically profit switch between different algorithms. It'll automatically overclock. And then you can get paid out in Bitcoin. That's like what NiceHash has been known for. But their new OS, that's like a standalone OS that you just boot and come to their webpage and you do everything, is a little bit newer. I'd say within the last 6 months, 8 months or so. But this is another avenue to get paid out in Bitcoin. Now they have added, I'd say in the last 2 months, the ability to go ahead and select what you want to get paid out in. So keep an eye out for that, because that's another option versus like an Unmineable is a site like this where it will, instead of you chasing profitability, this will just swap to the most profitable one and then pay you out in Bitcoin if you're stacking that Bitcoin per se. And it's actually pretty sweet here. Taking a look, you can see this is my cousin's rig. He's had it for over 2 years. He just wanted to mine through the bull run. There's some 1080s in here. You can see it's on NiceHash. There's some 1060s on NiceHash right now. There's another 1060 on NiceHash, NiceHash. So like NiceHash is a really popular one right now. And you could pick like what miners it uses, what algos it does and doesn't run. It's actually pretty convenient. I think it's, let's see here. So here it is right here. On a GPU level, you can come in and then pick what let's say G miner, right? Then look at all these algorithms you can pick from. So it's actually pretty slick. As I said, my cousin's been running on this entirely through the entire bear market. And my son's rig. My son is a small little rig. It's 3 GPUs. It's a 580. Yep, 584 gig, 1660 Ti, and my last and only 470 4 GB is on there, and he's just stacking Bitcoin. He's a 10-year-old and he's stacking Bitcoin, which is pretty sweet. All right, guys. So what do we do with these old graphics cards? I love your opinions and feedback down below. Better yet, I want to know what you did. What did you buy up during the last bull market that now you're like, 570, 580s? Did you sell them a while back and make good money? Did you flip them for a better graphics cards like the 3070s? Did you store them away? Do you have them still mining? I'd love your opinion, because I'm going to be honest, I still don't know what to do with these things, and I'm up in the air about it. I mean, I think part of me wants to take that leap and kind of sell some of this old hardware to make room, but at the same time, it's like, man, I remember I tried so hard to find this hardware. Remember that hunt during the bull market when it was like, the hunt to find one graphics cards and negotiate a price, and you thought you got this amazing steal. I mean, I think there's almost a little bit of sentiment there, like I can't get rid of them. I'm not really sure, but I need to make some moves. I need to upgrade some cards, so I know that. But man, selling them for $50, like, oh my gosh, that's so hard for me. Anyways, guys, I know this video was longer, talking head style. If you guys stuck with it, you guys are awesome. Leave a comment down below, or comments, blow up comments. I mean, you guys probably paused a million times and typed a comment. I love it. I read every single comment that you guys leave. I can't wait to read them. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it one of these. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Today's video is sponsored by Crypto.com. As a home crypto miner, it is crucial to have your cryptocurrency at your fingertips, and the Crypto.com app can help. Being able to send and receive cryptocurrency quickly, easily, and on the go is a must-have in 2023. The Crypto.com app allows you to utilize your cell phone as a gateway into the crypto world, no matter where you are. No matter if you're looking to buy, sell, send, or receive crypto on the go, the Crypto.com app has you covered. If you're looking to liquidate your mined crypto often, you can set your GPU mining rigs and ASIC miners to mine directly to your Crypto.com wallet, making it simple and easy to cash out quickly. Download the Crypto.com app today and give it a try. No harm in testing it out, poking around, and seeing if the Crypto.com app fits your hobbyist miner needs. Guess what? Use the link in today's video description to support the hobbyist miner entirely free.